To get to live from the trading desk, I got Victor Adair on the line with me right now. Vic, I want to start with, again, how much the market watched for the latest central bank, in this case Federal Reserve, intonation of what's going to happen with interest rates. It's just, I've just found it absolutely fascinating how much focus there is on what happens at the central banks.
Well, certainly from a historical perspective, the central banks around the world have been the main game in town in terms of what's gone on in the markets. You can plot central bank money printing, as it were, and put that alongside the stock markets of the world and sort of move in lockstep. The more money they print, the more the stocks go up. But certainly also, in the very short term, the markets, I think, let's say the last couple of weeks in particular have been a great example. Markets have been, I'm calling them skitzoid, just kind of up and down, as these competing ideas about what the central banks may or may not be doing come to play on prices. And as a trader, I am trading price. I'm not trying to trade really, an idea of how I think the market ought to be. I'm just looking at what the market is doing, trying to, trade that. And it's been choppy. My main currency trade since early September, when we had that key turn date when U.S. interest rates turned sharply higher, is I've been bullish the U.S. dollar, which means that it's selling other currencies against it, and Canada's been my favorite. And this week, our dear central bank governor, Mr. Poloz, certainly added some choppiness to the Canadian dollar. So I was short Canada, got knocked out of it, but I had to put it back on. Canada looks vulnerable to me. We've been in a sideways range here for almost 2 months, almost just like a 1 cent range. I think we're at risk of breaking out to the downside. So that's how I'm trading Canada.
Let me just, time for one more very quickly, if you don't mind, Vic. You heard Joseph Schachter. I know that you shorted oil around $58. I remember you telling us, hey, all the things are about as good as it gets for the oil market, and it was trading a little bit higher than that, but about 58, and you said, I'm now playing that thing to go down again. Quick take on it.
Yeah, I was short. The market actually fell off a couple of bucks and then rallied back at more than a couple of dollars. I knocked out for a small loss. I get ideas on the market I put trades on, but I also have real strict risk management rules. Like, I hate losing money. So if it's not going my way, I'm out. I want to be short crude, and the little rally we had here was on the shutdown of a major pipeline in the UK and the thought it might be out for a month or more, 400,000 barrels a day. So that gave us another bump up. There has been a battle royal going on in the crude oil market between the bulls and the bears. Right now, as Joseph was alluding, the commercials are massively short, speculators massively long. To me, that's a prescription for a real sharp break if prices do break. So I'm out of the crude market right now, but I'll be looking, like Joseph was talking about, for a break going into the first quarter of 18.
Well, we'll keep an eye on it, Victor. Thanks for taking the time. We'll talk to you next week.
You bet, Mike.